This is the first robotic lawnmower I've used, and I was super excited to get it home and set up and ready to use it. One of the biggest questions I've had is, are robotic lawnmowers to be seriously considered? This right here is the Ecovacs GOAT A2500 RTK robot lawnmower. It has LiDAR enhanced RTK Plus for vision navigation. It has auto mapping. It has dual blades. It has edge precision mowing. It has a perimeter wire free, and it is suitable for over 25,000 square feet. While the price on this isn't super cheap, at about $2,000, if it can mow your lawn for you, it may save you enough money and time to be worth it. I know this has been down to about $1,200 on Amazon, so if you're interested, I'll leave a link in the description below so you can check out current pricing, as it might change quite a bit. While setting up the robot lawnmower, you'll find a few key components in the box. You have the charging base, which comes with plastic lawn screws. You use these if you place it in the grass or in a garden to secure the base for moving. I didn't use any of these because I put mine on concrete, and you can't put plastic screws into concrete. The power cord and the RTK both plug into the back of the base. The RTK antenna mounts on two connecting poles, with the lower one designed to stake into the ground. Place the RTK antenna into an open area with clear sky access. So after I got all that set up, I was ready to pair the Ecovacs GOAT with my smartphone app. And then I was able to start mapping my yard. This was pretty quick and easy. It has an auto mapping feature that works really well, but I chose to do the manual mode. I like to take control of things. I also wanted to use it to define boundaries myself. It's specifically useful in areas without fences, like between houses. You simply set a starting point, drive the mower around the zone using your phone, basically doing a circle or whatever loop you need to do, and then you send it back to where you want to end it, and then you say this is the end point. Wherever the starting point is, the Ecovacs lawnmower will go and find the starting point and then engage the blades if it's in the lawn, and then start where it needs to go. And then it goes back to the end and goes back to the charger. So you can create specific routes that it needs to take, and it will take those exact routes. So I mapped my backyard, and then I mapped my side yard, and then there's little yard portion between my sidewalk and my front yards. So front yards, I got side, front yard, and well. But anyways, so you need to create a route for this unit to go before it starts mowing. Now, it will mow on the grass on the side yard, and then once that's done, and it needs to go to the yard that's next to the sidewalks and all that, I need to make a route for it to go from one yard across the sidewalk to the other yard. And it will use that route back and forth each time. So the Ecovacs GOAT A2500 is packed with a lot of smart features for effortless lawn care. It uses the LiDAR enhanced RTK technology, and it connects to over 40 satellites for ultra precise navigation. It does this even in shaded areas with trees. Also, it is accurate down to 2 centimeters. That is pretty accurate. It's powered by a strong 32-volt motor and has dual blade discs that help cut the lawn. It cuts quickly and cleanly. So it can mow up to 4,300 square feet per hour with adjustable cutting heights of 1.2 to 3.6 inches. Now, living in the Midwest, the cool season lawn grass area, I need this thing to cut the grass about 4 inches. That's what I like it to cut it at. I had to settle for 3.6, so it's kind of close enough. I really wish it was a little bit higher at 4 inches. Maybe they'll come out with a model that goes a little bit higher. A full charge takes just 45 minutes for it to charge with the 5 amp battery it has. This lets it mow for about 5,300 square feet per charge. When it's low on the power, it returns to the charging base, and then it charges up to 85%, and then it'll go back out and finish the mow, or finish until it needs to be charged again. Now, it does have obstacle detection, and it's handled by an advanced AI 3D LiDAR sensor. This lets it recognize and avoid more than 200 common yard items. Its true edge technology lets it mow right up to the walls and fences with just a 5 centimeter gap, while its AI camera helps it stay within a grassy area for clean edges. It pretty much kind of knows when it goes off and gets onto a concrete, or if it's on the grass. You can also use the camera to navigate the lawnmower while you're using your phone, so you can see your lawn and see what your mower sees. It's almost like another security camera you have. If something's going on in your yard, you can move it around while you're away from home. On the mower itself, it's fairly large in size. It wasn't overly heavy, and it does have a handle on the rear that you can pick it up. Now, if you pick it up, it gets a little pissy, and it tells you to put it down. It does have 3 buttons on top, and there's a small LCD screen that will show you a few things like air codes and battery percentage. There are two leads on the top that will detect if it's raining or if it has rained. When it detects rain, it'll pause the mow for at least 3 hours, or at least it allows you to adjust that in the app. And then it stops, and then after those certain amount of time passes by, then it'll mow again. So now if it's scheduled to mow the lawn on a schedule and it's raining, it won't mow the lawn until it's done and that time period has elapsed. Now, if it rained within like an hour or two or whatever that time period is, it will wait that full time period before it'll allow that thing to go out and mow. Now, on the top, there's a big red button that you hit if you want to stop the mower. It says stop on it. This is for if the mower goes AWOL, or if you need an emergency to stop it, or if you just need to stop it and put it back on the charger for whatever reason. If it messed it up for whatever reason, you can hit stop and be assured that this mower is it's not gonna cut your fingers up or spin those blades around. The front of this mower has an AV, AI, VI, 3D AI camera. Not sure if I said that right. This is a 3D LiDAR camera that's used to detect items in the way so that way it can go around them and avoid them. The last thing you want to do is run over your kids' toys or your expensive garden hoses. I bet you your kids' toys are expensive too, but that's the last thing you want to do. It does have two charging ears that are up front, and these get pushed into the base, and once they do that, it starts charging for you. The wheels are plastic, and the rear wheel has these spikes on it. And this is for traction. This is because this thing is rear-wheel drive. It uses these razor blade type blades to cut the grass, which is pretty standard on pretty much every robotic lawnmower out there. Let's go ahead and take a quick look at the smartphone app and the features that you get with it. So here is the app. It's saying, I named this the GOAT. I know. 100%, and it's online. And then right now I can go into Bluetooth mode if I was close enough. It needs Bluetooth mode so that you can actually take over the controls of this if you want to manually move it around. And then you can also do the standard mode. We're gonna go ahead and tap into it. We're gonna go ahead and get into what's going on here. And right now it's telling me it's raining. You saw the animation? It really is raining. And we also have tasks unavailable because it's got rain protection. Here's the map of my backyard. You can kind of see it here where it's charging. And then that little, looks like a road, is the path it takes on my concrete pad before it starts mowing. The station here, the little house, allows it to go back to the station. So if it's mowing and you're like, all right, I'm done mowing for right now, you do that. There's a drop down here: auto, area, edge, manual, and enhanced. Auto basically mows the lawn and does the edging as well. And then the area allows you to pick which area you want it, the front yard, backyard, whatever it is. Or you can just do edge mow if you wanted to, or you can manually do it. You can hit start, that'll allow it to start manually. Right now it's grayed out because it's rain protection. If we scroll this over, we have a schedule, and this allows you to schedule. We can create a schedule here, and we can do, okay, let's do Friday. We want to do, let's do an area, backyard. And then we can say, let's do it at 10 a.m. And it's telling us it's going to take 5 hours and 45 minutes total time for it to mow, charge, all that. It usually doesn't take 5 hours to mow the backyard. I think that's just a task, or a leniency there. So let's go back, not leniency. I think it's just giving it extra time just so that you're not messing with it. Got a camera. This allows you to view the camera. And it's raining. It's actually facing the charging station. We can add to the map. We can add paths, no entry zones. We can divide the map, rename the maps. Go to settings. This allows us robot settings here, mowing settings. We can do auto. We can do delicate, so the speed is slow. Or we can do quick, at 2.3 feet a second or 1.31 feet a second. I did the delicate moving speed. I didn't do it the fast one. Mowing height. Right now it was set at 2.4 inches. That was weird. 3.5 is what we wanted it at. And then we got avoidance mode and normal, flat ground, short grass, high grass. It just depends. You have high grass and maybe a few bumps. It might think that that's a barrier and go back. So you can kind of play with that and fine tune it. Mowing direction. This allows us to change the mowing direction if we want to do the perpendicular, or we want to change that up, we can do that. And it'll change the direction every other mode because we got that turned on. Edge mowing, cross boundary mowing, allow along the map boundaries. Rain sensors on, and right now we have 3 hours. We can change that. Start mowing after the rain stops. We really don't want that. We don't want to mow when it's wet out still. So we got 3 hours. Animal protection. Robot settings allows us to AI recognition, dogs, pipes, cats, whatever, hedgehogs. Maintenance, this tells us how many, we've got 72 hours remaining on the blades. The connection type, safety settings. Firmware, upgrade if we want. RTK, this will tell you where the signal, oh, it changed up on me here. Maybe it's because of raining or something, but you got strong, poor, and none. I don't know why it's got none in those little areas. That's weird. Maybe it's just right now. But right now I got a pretty strong signal in my backyard, and then it tells me 25 satellites on RTK and 27 for the actual mower, which is good. And then that's pretty much the settings on the app. So here are my final thoughts on this robotic lawnmower. There are a few things that you need to think about before consider buying this thing. For starters, I like to keep my yard height fairly high during the summertime, and it's usually about or above 4 inches. This mower only goes up to 3.6 inches. Is that a big deal? Probably not for most people, but I did notice it cut my yard a little lower than I would like to have it do. This robotic lawnmower needs to be used to maintain the lawn. It's basically a maintainer of how high your lawn is. It's not something you're going to go ahead and use to mow once a week or twice a week. If the lawn's like 4 or 5 or 6 inches tall, it's not going to do a very good job on this. You're going to want it to mow at least pretty much every other day. I realize that seems quite excessive, but let's be honest, you're not the one doing all the work, so it doesn't really matter. I did notice that this sometimes misses areas of my lawn due to seeing something in my yard, like a tree, so it pretty much goes up to the tree, spins around, goes back, and then continues the path. So basically the path behind the tree that it missed gets missed, but at the end of the mow, it ends up going back and gets all the paths that it missed. It knows where it missed it, shows it up on the map on your phone, and it will go back and mow what was missed. Now, after I had it mow a couple of times, I did notice that it did a lot better and didn't miss as many spots when it first mowed, and didn't have to go back later to get all these missed spots. And I think this makes this thing a little bit more efficient the more it mows, and the more it learns, and the more it mows, the more efficient it gets. One of the biggest challenges I had was finding a place to put the base station. Basically, you're gonna have to find an outlet somewhere. I only have one outlet in the back of my house, or in the front of my house, I have one outlet. So I had to think about where I'm gonna put this, and then also think about where I'm gonna put the RTK antenna. I did put it up once where I thought I would have it, and for whatever reason, the RTK antenna could not get all the satellites. It kept airing out. I got a little frustrated. Don't allow yourself to do that, but I did get a little frustrated, and I ended up moving it to a more open area, and now it works a lot better. Even with my complicated yard, I could get used to this thing mowing my lawn. But if you have all that, the answer to this, is this for you? Yeah, this is probably for you. Just keep in mind that you have to do some trimming around the edges every so often. This thing's not going to clean up or mow every little piece of your lawn. Not every single blade of your grass is going to be cut. You're going to have little areas you're going to have to still use the trimmer on. I know. Eventually they're going to come out with a robotic trimmer. Hopefully soon, and I'll review it. If you found this video helpful, please leave me a like and feel free to ask any questions in the comment section below. If you're new to my channel, please consider subscribing for more tech reviews, home automation, home and automotive how-to videos. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.